Hey everybody. Okay, it's 5:30. Let's get started. We got a lot of awesome stuff to cover tonight. It's our first pair programming experience. And so then maybe this is everybody. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure some people will join us shortly. Welcome back from the long weekend. I'm seeing everybody on Monday, but I hope you were recognizing the day and also taking some time for yourself, maybe getting caught up on things. Here's what we're going to do tonight. We'll start off with Prime Minister's questions. I'm thinking since it's been a while, I think we might want to do a little bit more of the operating theater exercise. So I'll be looking for a couple more volunteers to come up here and pair with me for a little bit just to remind us what we're doing with pair programming. And then we'll dive into it. Our pair programming pair programming activity. Um, don't worry tonight. Well, tonight's problem is super easy because really what we're doing tonight is just figuring out how to pair and the mechanics of sharing a GitHub repository and all that kind of stuff. I guess I also need to explain like how the pair program will be assessed. We'll do that, and we'll talk about project two. So lots to cover tonight. But I'm looking forward to it. Let's start out though with Prime Minister's questions. The koans were due tonight. What do people think? What was it? What was it like? I'm seeing some thumbs up. What makes you thumbs it up? What was compelling? What was interesting? It's going all Fonzie. You guys know who the Fonz is, right? now? You probably don't, but anyway.
I'd say it was pretty, in terms of like going through them, a lot of it was thinking for yourself instead of kind of getting handheld, which was nice because I feel like it helped with overall grasp the concepts.
Well,
Also,
good.
just like transferring a lot of it was syntax, I feel like, because going from a different like C++ or something we've used commonly to Java, it was just kind of like, all right, how does the syntax transfer?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, great observations. Thanks. Yeah.
I actually had like kind of the inverse experience where there were some concepts that like I hadn't run into with any programming language, so it was like basically learning from scratch in a new programming language. So that was a little challenging, especially if we touched on like interfaces and like spirits and stuff, but I don't have too much experience with it. And
Yep.
so I was like the whole serializable thing and like
Yeah.
the other was a bit challenging.
Okay. Well, good. That's the intention that there are some, you do get a broad introduction to the language and that, there's some things we haven't seen before, but hopefully that, you were able to get through it and figure it out. Let's see here. Hope folks have had an opportunity to at least create the project for project one. I covered all of that in like the introduction to the project in a screencast, so you can go back and watch that. Actually, if you haven't gone back and watched that, please do, because it'll give you all the details. I won't be talking about it. Won't be presenting it directly to you here in class. Anybody encounter any issues or surprises getting their project one started? Yeah.
Calling app when this app is like when I'm trying to run the program, the job file,
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Ah, so specifically, so okay, thanks for letting me know. So when you try to run the program with the java-jar command, what do you see exactly?
Unable to access the job file.
Okay, have you built the jar file? Okay.
Like package and then clean verify is
Okay, and so you see that the jar file exists in the target directory? And I mean, I'm not to insult your intelligence, but I made the same mistake where it's like, oh, where is this? Oh, no, I haven't built it, or oh, I didn't. It doesn't actually exist. So, the first thing you always check is like, is it plugged in? Just first rule of debugging.
yeah.
There is a jar file?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess the next thing I would check to see is if you're actually, are you you're probably not on the Zoom. So I say you can share your screen or you can just come up if you don't mind coming up here and just I can look over your shoulder. Here, just put it down there and okay, and I'll narrate here. Okay, so when you run run
Did it go back?
so go up a directory. Yep, and now try the Java command from there, the java-jar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unable to access. It's not phone call, it's phone bill.
Oh,
I know, right? It's always a typo, right? Yeah. There.
oh,
Look a little better. Awesome,
hey,
cool.
hey.
Right. It's saying it's not right, just a little typo on the command line. And then looks like Abby's here. Great. Um, and good. Glad you got squared away. So yes, please make sure that you can build the project and run the jar file. That's sort of like getting started table stakes. Make sure all that works. And then but then you got to get going on it because project one is due next week. And what my students have told me over the years is that it seems deceptively simple at first. But that really should get started sooner rather than later. And it will be assigning project two tonight, so things can pile up. Anything else I can tell you? Nope. Okay. Let's dive in. So tonight's focus is pair programming, and we're going to return to this Word document, jeez, a Google Doc at shortly. And so then there was a link to it on the thing that I posted in Slack yesterday morning. If you want to follow along, actually, yeah, you'll need to follow along in that. But first, I want to talk about how pair and mob programming will be evaluated in this course. So, as we talked a little bit about last time, coding is no longer a solitary activity. Even we've got AI, it's like, no, there's still people involved. It's good to have more human eyes and human brains in it. And, we've seen this evolution over the last 25 years or so of technology and just social systems allowing people to, interact more while they code. And this is good because it overcomes some of the bottlenecks to effective development and just allowing. It's really helped with quality. It's helped with more people making more resilient teams, more resilient systems. So pair programming and mob programming are probably the two largest indicators of the success of people working together to develop software. And it's something that I'd like you to experience in the course. As part of what we do here in the Joy of Coding is to yes work individually on our projects, but then also collaborate with others on our programming katas. And so, as we learned about last week, there is this Joy of Coding PDX Katas Winter 2026 repository that I believe everybody should have access to. If you don't, or rather, please make sure that you can commit and push to this file. It looks like most people have. The whole idea is you find your initials in this file and then replace it with the word here or something like that, just to demonstrate that yes, you can push to this repository. Because starting tonight and for all of the pairing and mobbing in this course, we'll all be using the same repository. So please do that in the background if you haven't already. So tonight and let's see here, the next 2 Wednesdays after that, we'll be doing pair programming. And so you and someone else will be working on a kata together. You'll be sharing code in the same repository. And that's kind of what we're doing here in class. I did pairing and mobbing for a couple years, and I realized I didn't have a way to assess it. And I wasn't sure if people were sort of learning the lessons or getting the value out of it. And so then, in addition to your experience tonight, there is a reflection assignment on Canvas where you'll have an opportunity to think critically about what you experienced, what you learned, what you observed. Tell me about it. And then that will be that's graded for like, I don't know, 3.5%. Or there's a quiz worth, it's essentially a quiz that's worth 3.5%. So in the reflection, I'll ask you for information like, who'd you pair with? And so make sure you know that you know that. Feel free to put it into the GitHub repository or something like that. Just, put it in the pom.xml. Also, please, say which pair you were, and or put a link to where in the GitHub repository you wrote your code. We'll be looking at that shortly. Basically, each pair has their own Maven project, so there shouldn't be conflicts. Everybody should be off in their own world. But I've seen over the years that sometimes there are conflicts. And I'm curious about the code that you wrote. So note though that for the pairing and mobbing that we do, there's no requirement with regards to completing the kata or the quality of the code that you write or the quantity of the code that you write. I'm more interested in your experience here. So yep, you can have bragging rights if you like, you solve the kata or whatever. Great. What's really here to learn is how to work effectively with other people. However, I reserve the right, or rather, the grader reserves the right to look at what commits were made, just to make sure that everybody did contribute. That'll be a bigger deal in the mobbing, where there's more people, to make sure that everybody has a chance to drive and to write some code. But we reserve the right to check on that. And if we deem that there wasn't sufficient participation, your grade may be impacted. But most importantly, what I'm curious about and what I'd like you to provide in a reflection is a discussion and some commentary around your experiences mobbing and pairing. Basically, what you observed, what you saw, what you heard, what you felt. And really some commentary on when you think it would be effective. Like, okay, great, you experienced it a couple of times. Where do you think it would be effective moreover? And to be clear, the reflection will open up, let's see here, after next week's class. Once you've gone to 2 sessions, you can do the reflection, and you don't have to wait until the 3rd session is over to do it. And just one more time, because apparently some people in the past didn't get it. Pairing and mobbing, working with other people, is for the katas only. For your individual projects, that is meant to be individual work. So please, different repositories. Hopefully, it's very clear to everybody when it's okay to work with other people and when it's not okay. Anything else I can tell you about the reflections and how your pair programming experiences will be assessed? Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Reflections are due by
They are due. When is it due? It's like a week after the second. Do I have the? Let's see. Oh, yeah. So let's see here. Pair programming is due February 11th.
Oh.
Yep, it's on here. I don't know. Yeah, basically, it's like the intent is that you do. Okay, yeah, you can. I think you can. It opens up after the second one, and it's due a week after the third one. Yep. Yep. Good question. Nice. Yeah.
So there's a reflection for every.
Oh, great question. Nope, there is one reflection for pairing, one reflection for mobbing, and the intent is that you reflect on multiple pairing sessions, multiple mobbing sessions. So, yep. So it's not like you don't have 3 reflections for 3 mobbing. And I just think, holistically about it, I don't want to do that much grading. So, yeah. Yeah. You do. Yes. I mean, go figure it out. It's, yeah. Meet people, make friends. Yeah.
But I guess it's 4 commits like overall.
Sorry, what?
4 commits like overall.
Oh, the number of commits. Well, as we'll talk about, I encourage people to do like ping pong pairing, where it's like, oh, write a little bit of code and then commit it, and then have the other person pick it up, write some more code, and commit it. So I would think for pairing, probably have per person about 4 or 5, depending on sort of how long we make the Pomodoro rounds. Good question. We'll figure it out, right? We'll see it tonight. And if anybody's got any concerns or worries, this is why we do it 3 times, right? Get some practice. By the 3rd time, it'll be old hat. I realize that tonight it might seem a little nebulous and unknown. Okay. Excellent. There's a link to this handout on the website if you need it. Yeah, let's go back to the handout. Okay, so then Make this bigger? Yeah, I can. Good. Excellent. If everybody could turn their hymnals to Slack and open up this document, you will be editing at the end of tonight, so make sure that you've got a link to it. We walked through this last week, which can seem like a long time ago. Just want to, again, we've got the shared repository. Please make sure that you can push to the repository by editing the I can edit this repo text file. Just wanted to walk through pairing again before we do it. Hope you've all had a chance to watch the screencast about it. The idea here is that in pairing, it's two people that are thinking about the same problem, implementing the same solution all at the same time. And really, what you're doing is you're putting two brains on the solution to a problem. Sort of the structure for pair programming, the traditional definition of pair programming has two roles. One is the driver. This is the person whose hands are on the keyboard. They are the person who is focused on language syntax and sort of, getting rid of those red underlines and really, they're the ones that are being very tactical. The navigator is the other person, and the navigator is meant to provide direction. So the navigator is thinking a little bit more strategically, maybe thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead, where the driver is focused on the current the current step. And this provides a really nice dynamic. It covers all of the bases and allows an individual, no matter what role, regardless of which role they're in, to be in the moment, to be able to focus on something and to contribute. And so then I found to be very effective to work in rounds called Pomodoros, where you spend a few minutes in each role and then switch. And the switching, I think, is really important. The switching allows each person, well, it allows each person to experience each role and kind of forces each person to experience each role. And it also prevents people from getting tired, right? Having your hands on the keyboard and being told not being told what to do, having to listen to someone else all the time, that can be tiring. Similarly, the navigator probably has some ideas and they'd love to get them, they'd love to do some typing too. So it's really healthy to switch roles. And that's what we'll do tonight. So I'll be up here sort of monitoring, I'll moderating, I'll have my timer, and I think we'll do, I forget, was it 7-minute Pomodoros, 7-minute rounds, something like that. And so then, you sit there and you work on the problem for 7 minutes, and then you switch. And what I recommend everybody does is at the end of the round, you commit your code, so the driver commits the code. Even if it's not working, it's okay. If it doesn't compile, or if there's a test that isn't failing, is still failing, whatever, that's fine. Commit what you've got, and then do a little retrospective, a little reflection. And I actually, I guess, are they over here? Yeah. As you may recall from last time, I made up some cards with little prompting questions. This is something new this year, or this term that I'm trying. I think it'll help us have more focused discussions about what our experiences were. And this is really important. This is how the pair learns and evolves, just by taking literally 2 minutes and talking about like their experiences. 1 minute per person, a little bit of an exchange, and say, hey, what can we try differently? Or hey, what worked? Or hey, let's do that again. It was really effective. So, and then at the end of the reflection, then the roles reverse. And so the person who was the navigator becomes the driver. The person who was the driver becomes the navigator. The new driver then pulls down the code from GitHub and picks up where they left off. I also encourage people to do test-driven development and write the test first. As you'll see, the Kyle tonight is pretty simple. And so then, but having tests that verify that the logic works as expected is an effective thing to do. Went over this last week, so I'm not going to go into the details between strong style, which you'll probably see me doing with people, and ping pong, which will probably work best for you. And so what I'd like to do right now is just do a couple more rounds of the operating theater. This is where one of you comes up here and joins me. So if you're interested, could you hop on the Zoom then, so we can share your screen if you want to do some driving. And then what we'll do is just work on that FizzBuzz for maybe 2 more rounds to sort of remind everybody what this is all about. And then it'll be your turns. So I would appreciate it if we could get a couple of volunteers to, oh, good, we got some changes coming in. to go to the Cause repository, navigate to the FizzBuzz project, find the pom.xml, and put your name into one of these empty spaces for in the developer. So replace your name with replace student name with your name. Choose whether you want to be a driver or a navigator, and then I don't know. I'll see the commit come in, or just raise your hand, come up here, and then we'll spend a couple of minutes pairing together in front of the class. I appreciate the bravery. Just to show, just remind everybody how it's done and get us prepared for pairing as a group. Alex and Aaron volunteered last week. Any volunteers from this week? Liquid courage there? Like, no. No. So it crushes the head against the forehead. No, no, probably not. Anybody, please? Need like two people. Yeah, thank you. Hey, look at that. Yep. Sorry. If you want to drive and you want to be able to share your screen, that's probably the easiest way to do it. That's why I recommend it. So
Have you pushed these to the push right now?
it is, yes. Yep, it ought to be. I believe, let's see here. I don't have any local changes, but let's find out. Yep, no local changes, and I don't have anything to push. So yep, should all be up there. Awesome. Oh, thanks, Spencer. And Ed. Thanks, Ed. Okay. Awesome. Spencer, would you mind? Are you comfortable coming up here? Yeah, awesome. That does be easier for us to talk to each other. That way, I want to put my glasses on to see you. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so then let's see here. Oh, I'm still sharing my screen. I should stop sharing my screen. And then, oh, you had asked to screen. Sorry, you had asked to share, so maybe I missed that.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have it configured. Okay, good. You're able to share.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, then. Let's start the timer. Hey, Spencer, thanks. Okay, do you remember where we left off last week? Okay, I don't either. Okay, and it looks like you get the FizzBuzz test. Let's just run. Oh, sorry. Are you driving? You're driving, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, let's just remind ourselves what we were doing. So could you run all of the FizzBuzz tests, please?
Yeah, these ones here.
Yep.
That's the wrong one. I want to run these ones.
Yeah, I think that'll work. Oh, let's see here. Oh, that might have been trying to run it as a main.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was running FizzBuzz.java.
Okay, cool. Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah. Different current file. Looks like it rebuilt it. Oh, good. Everything's passing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And then if you wouldn't mind just like scrolling through the tests, I don't remember where we left off.
Slightly.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. Why is it not?
Maybe like man plus.
Yeah, I tried that.
I think what is it? It's I think I have to scroll. So like it's command, command scroll down. Yeah. Yeah. I think
Like that?
click over here and now do it. Oh, really? And go down? Scroll down? Oh, funny. I
Interesting.
wonder why it's not working.
Under view, appearance, zoom,
Oh, nice.
125.
It's option, but.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
better. Yeah, I couldn't see either. All right.
Nice. Okay. So let's see here. We have a test for one, a test for. Oh, right. We refactored that thing to serve FizzBuzz. We have 1 and 3 is Fizz. Excellent. Okay. Let's see here. Probably 4 isn't that interesting. Maybe we should let's write a test for 5 and have it buzz.
It's Fizz.
Is Buzz.
It's Buzz, right?
Right. 5 is Buzz. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay.
I do the same thing with the 2X's. Yeah.
I've lost my entire ability to type.
No, that's right. Because everybody's watching, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, let's run that test. Okay.
It was
Oh.
Fizz.
That's surprising. Let's go take a look at the implementation then. Oh yeah,
Oh,
right.
yes,
This is like super naive implementation. Well, let's see here. Boy, at some point it seems like it's time to just like do it for real. Okay. Okay. How about let's see here. Oh, it sounds like you've got an idea. So tell me about how you want to implement this. Oh, it commented out. That's smart.
It's real.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Oh, it already added the IDE was helpful
Oh,
and
it
added
did.
one. Yeah.
Cool.
Wasn't that helpful? Oh, now I got rid of both of them. Okay, they're good. Good. Okay, so yeah, do you have an idea of how you want to implement this?
Well, is there a way to do like integer division?
There is a way to do integer
Is
division.
it just like integer division?
Yeah, it's just
in
integer.
like
Yeah,
the-
it's just like
okay.
slash. Yeah. Although, is it integer division that we want, or is it mod? I can never remember. We want divisible. So
Yeah, you're right.
I think we
you're
want
right.
mod.
Mod, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the two values are 3 and 5, right? That we care
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can just do a if else statement.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. Percent. Yeah. I know. When was the last time you hit a percent? Yep. Nice. Yeah. And then.
This?
Well, we're returning. I think we want to return it, right? This is just the
Yes.
return.
This?
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yep.
If,
Yeah. Else if.
5 to 0.
Yep.
I can see a problem coming up later
Oh, what's the problem coming up later?
if it's a multiple of both.
Well, it's later. That's a problem
That's
for
a
later.
problem for later, us.
Like maybe Ed's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh yes.
Yeah. Look at that.
And then we can. So we are not just returning the straight up string, so we need to convert
Yes.
a number to a string.
Yep. Do you know how to convert a number to a string?
I think you just use the string.
String.value of looks good. Yeah.
Cool.
And then the number. Nice. That looks pretty good.
Cool.
Okay. Oh yeah, give it a whirl, and that's the end of your time. Super sweet. Excellent. Could you commit that, please?
Yes.
And push it up to GitHub.
I can do it in the IDE.
Yes.
If I remember. Or wait, no, there's the nice little thing over here.
Yep. I'll wait for the 2 minutes on.
I'm bad at commit messages.
I know commit messages are like the word. Yeah. It's like AI, tell me what I should type. Ooh.
Yes. Push.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay, what's this one?
Oh, it's complaining there's probably some warning someplace or whatever. Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Mr. Hey, let's take a moment and reflect. I'll draw a random card. You can draw a card. I don't know. These are all stuck together. They're still French. Okay. There you go. Let's see here. Let's discuss this question. What challenges did I face and how can I overcome them in the future? Would you like to talk first or you want me to talk?
I could talk first.
Yeah.
I think especially as the driver, it's really hard not to just take over. Because like, especially if it's a simple problem, it's like I know how to solve it, so I could just do it, but that's not really the spirit of test-driven development or the spirit of pair programming. So.
Yeah. It does take discipline. Yep. And I think you'll probably all experience that tonight because it's a pretty easy kata that we're doing the first time. That's okay. Let's see here. For me, the challenges that I faced, there weren't too many of them, other than I was a little worried that I want to make sure I gave you the right amount of leeway. How did I do on that? Because I mean, I saw you sort of, you're feeling comfortable. I saw that you run with it. Did you feel okay with that? Okay, good.
Okay.
Excellent then.
Like the direction that we go is your job, but like
Yeah.
doing an if-else statement, that's my job.
Yeah. You got it. Excellent. Thank you very much, Spencer.
Yep.
Yay. Okay. So one more, Ed. Thanks. Appreciate you volunteering. And did you want to drive or do you want to navigate?
I can navigate, I guess it's.
Okay, excellent then. I will share my screen.
Oh, do I need a cable? Yes.
No, well, I mean, if you're actually probably not. So yeah, I'll share my screen. If you're on the Zoom, you'll see my screen, and or you can just look over my shoulder here, whichever
Okay.
works best for you.
What's the one where I type?
Oh, that'd be the driver.
Oh,
Did you want to type?
Yeah, I'd rather.
Okay, then do it. So take the wheel.
Okay. Oh no, what do I do?
Yeah, I had that. What was it? Just click share. You'll need to install the ability to share. You'll quit out of Zoom real quick.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
give it the ability to share, and then yeah, sort of leave join, no problem.
Okay, I've done that already. But
Nah, maybe it's a new version of Zoom needed to reconfirm. Surprised need to launch the meeting again. Don't worry about it. Should disable the waiting room. Anyway. I got a new laptop over the weekend. My old laptop was from 2013. That laptop, it was the best those MacBook Pros from that magnifique. But it finally got to the point where like Slack in the browser like cut me off. I've been able to run the Slack app for years on that machine. Now it's just like no more in the browser. I'm like, no. And so it's like I couldn't had to go out and get a new laptop. But it's actually quite nice. I like it. It's so shiny and clean. Anyway. So, yeah. Okay.
yeah,
That's
sorry
really
about
good.
sorry about the old timer mode, but
Oh,
like the-
you and me both. Yeah, yeah, light mode, right? Yeah, it's yeah, it's, excellent. Is that big enough for folks, or you know, probably make it a little bigger if you would?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, wait, I should have been listening when you guys did it. I mean, that's
Control Alt Plus. I don't know. No,
Alt plus. Oh my goodness.
no.
Okay, how about
I know, right? I think it was under the. Oh, there you go. I like that. Yeah, Zoom.
Control equals? Oops, that's not it.
Oh, different Zoom, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think under the View menu there was a. Don't worry about it. And then there was under Appearance, maybe. Zoom IDE. Yeah, so it's like that
Okay.
one. And then like yeah, like
Ooh, yeah.
okay, that works.
Is that good?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Welcome to the future, kids. This is what it look like. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I am navigating. Oh, did I set the timer? I did not. Okay. So well, we've done Fizz, we've done Buzz. I guess let's do Fizz Buzz. Okay.
Sure.
So then, yeah, if you would, or write a unit test that will assert that the fizz buzz of 15 is fizz buzz.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, let's run that. See it fail. And oh, I got it read. It. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, let's turn over to the implementation. I don't know. Do you have a
What's
an inkling? Yeah.
It's hard when doing this to pretend that I don't know how to do it. I guess
You
that
don't
I
have to pretend.
that I have
No,
to,
it's
like
just
I'm trying to think about like what would a person who's never seen this before do? But yeah, I mean like the trick of this is to look at the 15 first.
Right. Yeah. Now, okay. Yeah. And so then how would you implement that?
No, let's
Yeah, let me think about that. Like, I think it stands to reason that any number that is divisible by 3 and divisible by 5 is also divisible by 15, right? I think so. Math? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's give that a try.
okay, let's
Oh, that worked. Let's run all of them and see if all of them still pass. using the keyboard shortcuts. Very nice. Okay, well, that was easy. Let's see here. Any refactoring that we can do? You can probably get rid of that comment. Oh, like commented out code. I don't think we need that anymore. And it'll always be there in GitHub, you know.
Yeah, it's a history.
We'll always have GitHub.
Right there, and the
Yeah.
friends we made along the way.
Yes, yes. And gosh, that might be it. Okay, let's run it one more time. And yeah. Yeah, all of them. Very nice. Yeah. How much you committed? It's good. And we still got 2 minutes and 35 seconds left though.
Okay.
So
I think I touched low.
no. Please don't. No, we still have a failing integration test, I'm pretty sure. And actually that'd be a great thing for us to
Okay,
to
we'll do
work
that.
on. No, let's commit this first.
Okay.
Yeah. This is working, right? It's like, oh good, I have passing tests. I'm a big fan of committing it. Yeah. Nice. Push it up. Sweet. Okay. Let's go find the integration test for FizzBuzz. FizzBuzz IT.
Great.
Let's run this one. Well, actually, would you scroll up a little bit? I might have disabled this one. I think I did. Okay, well, okay, so it's still running it even though it is disabled, which is good. And scroll up.
Yeah, we'll just
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. It expects all of that stuff. It expects first 10. Oh, and sorry, you're navigating around. Is there, or is there something I can tell you? I can't tell. Are you?
No, what?
Are you, no, are you curious? No, nothing wrong. But I'm trying to be an observant navigator. And so then, do you remember what we're doing here with the integration test?
Oh, this is actually calling it with command line arguments.
Yeah, calling the main. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Nice. And yeah, we have this one where we invoke it with 10, I guess it's a 10 as the command line argument, and then we print 1 through 10. Okay. So let's go over to the main method now and see if we can make this work. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, I guess there's one command line argument, and that is the number. I think, can you scroll over to the right so we can see the end of, no, I'm sorry, in the IT buffer. Yeah, over there is a little bit more. Right, yeah, we send in 10, and so we expect the FizzBuzz of 10. Okay, good deal. So then are some thoughts forming in your head in terms of how to implement the main? Do you want to talk through that, or do you have some ideas?
Oh, right. Because I think this is what I got confused about last time.
Yeah.
So if you call it with a 10, you don't want just 10, you want like 1 through 10.
Exactly, 1 through 10. Yeah, it tends to make the maximum.
Well, I should go right to 15 because 15 or 16 is like that's
Yeah, we got the test for 10. Let's start with that.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing like an exact string match too. Oops. Okay,
Well, then to be continued then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Let's see here. I think you've already committed. Did we, I don't think you had any changes or anything. So yeah, let's just dive into it then. Oh, that was good.
Great. So,
Thanks, Ed. So let's take 2 minutes and
oh, right.
and reflect on our experiences. So let's oops, I'll get a card. Did I start a timer? Yeah, I did. Let's get a different one. Same one again. Oh, how did we ensure everyone felt included and valued? I guess maybe first question is, did you feel included and valued?
Yeah, I guess, well, because it was really short too. There wasn't enough
I
time to
know,
feel
yeah.
bad. You know,
It'll be 7 minutes for you all, and you'll still think it's too short. But anyway, yeah. We just did 5.
No, because I think, I mean, this is like really easy to kind of jump in without an ego, at least right now.
Yeah.
Like, because it's also like I'm 90% just nervous about being in front of a class.
There's
and
that.
10% cooperation. So
Okay. Good. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, I definitely felt included, and I think some of the things that you did is that we talked. That was good, right? I knew what you were thinking. Although I did feel a little nervous when I saw you, sort of scrolling over there on the integration test. And I'm like, oh yeah, we didn't really cover that much last week. So I appreciate you being open. Sorry, it was a little awkward when I didn't know how to prompt. I didn't know how to like interject in a way that was that I didn't want to put you back on your heels. So hopefully we worked through that pretty well. Okay, excellent then. Any other thoughts?
not really. I think it's just like muscle memory. Like you just do it like 10 times and then you figure out what you're doing right.
Yep. Well, and let's go do it a few times ourselves.
Yeah.
So thanks, Ed. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so this is what I'd like you to spend a goodly amount of time doing here in class. It is 6:10. That is good timing. So we've got, let's see, an hour left in class, and so let's spend like 45 minutes doing that, and then we'll then I want to talk about project two, but then that'll probably be it. So excellent then. I'm gonna pause the recording. And go. So, it sounds pretty lively there. Let's take a minute or two to share our experiences. What was surprising to folks? What have people found surprising, either in an exciting way, a happy way, or maybe not so happy way? What was surprising?
There
Yeah.
was a lot less mental load, like,
Oh,
since you have
less
two
mental
people,
load. Yeah.
two brains, you're just like, hey, I don't really know what to do here, like, or driver's confused, or navigator is confused even. It's like easy to communicate, like, hey, slow down, we need to think about this a little bit more before we type anything.
Nice. Yeah, it helps it be a little bit more deliberate because you got to explain yourself. Great. Awesome. Okay. Other surprises. Yeah.
Even if you don't really know your partner that well, it's still really easy to talk.
Yeah. You're in this boat together. So we gotta be rowing in the same direction. Yeah, excellent. Nice. Yeah.
I think we naturally want to go bigger again, ever.
Ah.
Just like, simplify it, like, we gotta go smaller.
Keeping it simple. Right. Yeah, yeah. And you got there in the end, I hope. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Like, for me personally, there are like specific kind of data structures or like implementations that I'm in towards, and so that's what's kind of makes you, or like gives you a different perspective and kind of start getting like, hey, they're entirely different place to tackle the problem.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get some different perspectives, and yeah, maybe give you some new tools in your toolbox. Awesome. Nice. Like, okay, we're doing this again in a week. Like, there's some great ideas for the future. Like, what's like the big thing you want to try next time? Like, what's the new experiment, or what's the thing that you hope you get an opportunity to do next time? Yeah.
Maybe like have the switching be a little bit less, either a little less frequent or more flexible.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes we'd be like in a groove or in a rhythm or in the middle of doing something.
Yeah, right. When the buzzer goes off and everybody's got to switch. Yep, I know, right? And that's something I hear a lot. And the discipline about switching when the timer goes off is really make sure that no one person dominates either role. Because yeah, it's really easy to just let's keep going, let's keep going. It's like, wait a second, people get tired, people start making mistakes. And so then but yeah, I don't know. We did 7 minutes this time. We'll see next time. Maybe it makes more sense to do 8. Excellent. Other ideas for next time? Any other like big things you want to try, or hopes and dreams? Nope. Awesome. Okay. I know we're at time. I had one more thing I want to cover. It will be on the recording, so if anybody's got a bop to catch a bus, or if you just had enough, you can catch up on the recording. I did want to talk about Project 2, though. Okay. So I realize that you probably just only now started thinking about Project 1, but here's Project 2. Okay. So Project 1 is just like super fundamental. There's really not much to it. It's just like, hey, teaching you how to write unit tests, teaching you how to write integration tests, simple stuff. Project 2 starts getting a little bit more interesting. So in Project 1, you built the fundamental classes for your phone bill application, and there was no persistence, right? You run your program, it creates one phone call as it to a phone bill, maybe print something out, and that's it. And I'm sure you found that you might find it very unsatisfying. Don't worry, you'll start to do persistence. You'll write your you'll write your phone bill to a text file here in Project 2. So the whole idea of this project is that not only will your program input information or gather information about a phone call and a phone bill from the user, now they will write it out. Now the program will write it out to a file, which is then read back in by the program. The format of the text file is completely up to you, and it's part of the assignment, right? You need to find a format that you can that the program can handle. And so here, I hope that you have an opportunity to work with the facilities that Java has for doing I/O, for writing to files. You might have seen a little bit of that already from the koans, but now you'll get to apply it in your program. So you'll take the code that you wrote in Project 1 and augment it with a couple of new classes. So in addition to your phone bill and your phone call, you'll now have something called a text dumper. Text dumper is a class that implements the phone bill dumper interface. And what it does is it takes the contents of a phone bill, including its phone calls, and writes it to a text file. Similarly, there's a class called text parser that takes one of those text files and parses it and takes the information that it needs out of it in order to create a phone bill that is populated with phone calls. The text parser and text dumper, along with the phone bill and phone calls classes, are all used in a class called Project 2. This has the main method. And the main method, what it'll do is it will optionally read the contents of a phone bill from a text file, create a new phone call from the information supplied on the command line, add that new phone call to the phone bill, and then write everything back out again, the entire phone bill, back out to the text file. This basically builds upon your Project 1 class. What I recommend you do is rename your Project 1 or make a copy of it or whatever. That would be Project 2. Because the command line format is very similar to Project 1. The arguments, the same arguments in the same format. So starting out with a customer and the caller number and the callee number, then the begin time of the phone call and the end time of the phone call. And there's a new option though called dash text file. And so this specifies the file that should be read from and then written to. Notice that the text file is optional. So it's a perfectly valid command line to not have the text file, in which case the behavior basically, defaults back to the Project 1 behavior, right? It does the kind of silly thing of parsing the command line, creating a phone call, adding it to a phone bill from in memory, and just, and then exiting. Maybe printing out the phone call if the dash print is specified. And recall the semantics of this haven't changed. It's still just printing the phone call. It doesn't print the phone bill. There's no way in Project 2 to print the entire phone bill. That'll be Project 3, so don't get ahead of yourself. And also, don't worry, I'll look at actually, one of the footnotes probably says something about the format of the text file. The format of the text file needs to be understandable enough by the grader so the grader can see evidence that a phone call was actually added to it. So please don't write some binary encoded format or whatever like that. Make sure that things like the dates appear in it so that the grader can see that. That in a nutshell is the basic behavior. Anything else I can tell you about this right now before I move on and talk about some of the error handling? Yeah.
This applies kind of Project 1 as well.
Yeah.
With the plan of attack.
Plan of attack, yes.
You said to it should describe how you would implement the project.
Yeah.
So exactly do you mean step by step?
Great question. So yeah, when it comes to the plan of attack, one of the things I'm looking for is evidence that you've thought about the project and you have an idea. I think it's a little narrative. So a paragraph saying, oh yeah, I'm going to parse the command line. Here's something I'm going to make sure that I handle. And then, okay, I'm going to create the object by invoking its constructor, right? So, really what I'm looking for again is that, you put a little bit of thought into, enough thought 3 days in advance before it's due, into how it'll be, how it'll be implemented. Don't get too hung up on it. If you have any specific questions, I'm happy to review a draft of it too. Talking about testing would be great. Yeah, and actually probably something I should add to the POA. Thank you. Have it, talk about, here are some of the key scenarios I want to test, or probably just like that. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Just as a general question about this specific project.
Yeah.
Do you want us to manually recreate a parser, or do you want us to use a third-party parser?
Great question. You cannot. Okay, so in all the products in this class, I will provide you with any third-party code you need. So something like JUnit, yes. But if you want to, but no, you can't use a third-party library for parsing the command line or for parsing the file. Part of the project is for you to develop your own format and have you do that. Now that being said, if you use standard Java APIs, hey, great. If it's already there with the JDK, I can't prevent you from that. I'm not going to ding you for it either. So if you want to, convert to XML, or if there's a way to do it to JSON, okay. As long as it's human readable, honestly, I think it'll be easier if you just write it, yourself in your own format. But hey, they're your projects. And so then I guess, yes. So you cannot modify the pom.xml. The pom.xml is not submitted. So the pom.xml is the fresh out of the box one that I'll create for you. So yeah, no, you can't add third-party libraries. Great question. Thanks. Okay. And then also just some notes here. It's really important that in order to get off the ground, your program shouldn't issue an error if the file doesn't exist. The file doesn't exist, so if the file is specified and the file doesn't exist, it's okay. It's cool. Just start over with, start with a new phone bill and go from there. Oh, and note that the name of the text file can be anything and can be anywhere. Don't do any validation. So don't like say, oh, it must end in .txt or oh, it must be in this directory. Nope. The testing script will provide a path about and it will be a valid path. So then other than maybe checking if no, just don't do any checking there. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, and note that dates and times still specified in the same format as the previous assignment. You may store the format, the date and time in the file in any format you want, just as long as you can read and write it. And again, make sure to issue a graceful error message. While there is more capability in Project 2 than there was in Project 1, there'll still be a lot of command line error checking and syntax error checking of the file and things like that. You'll submit this program using the submit.sh script with Project 2 from the CS Department of Linux machines. And actually, before I go talk about resources, anything else I can tell you about sort of the functional requirements and what's an error and what's not? Project 2? I know it's super fresh. Yeah. Okay. And please, follow up, read over this assignment, ask questions on Slack. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you define as a file being malformatted?
You can't parse it. Yep. So if it's something that you can't parse, or that if you successfully parse it but then it doesn't get the right answer, right, that'd be malformed. Yep. Okay. So in Project 1, there's some example code, and I highlighted in that screencast I did, that loads the README as a resource. And resources are meant for static text, like the README, that is basically, just read by your program and spat out. It's not like you don't write back out to the resource. It's sort of a read-only artifact. One thing that has confused students in the past is the difference between resources and then files. So I just want to clarify it here. So the README, because it's static, because you only read it, you never write it back out. The program only reads it, never writes it back out. Great candidate for a resource. The text file that your program works with shouldn't be a resource. It should use like the file API or maybe use like the file API to use it. Now, you will see some example code in the text parser test that uses a resource. For testing code, you have static files that you read. There's an example of reading a static file to make sure it parses correctly. This is a perfect case for a resource. Again, static content, it's not going to change. That test file isn't going to change, or rather, a test text that you parse isn't going to change. You can use a resource for it. Your main program, however, should use it as a file. So this is a little bit more here, but it's something that has tripped students up in the past. Understandably, these are different concepts. You probably haven't worked with this kind of thing in your other courses. And so I just wanted to highlight it here. Okay, that's Project 2. It's due in 2 weeks, right? Yeah, February 4th. And so then just please keep this in the back of your mind as you're working on Project 1. Anything else I can tell you tonight? Okay. If not, thanks for everybody coming. I know it's a cold day. Thanks for coming down to campus. Please return all the paper products up to the table here. Want to make sure to catch everything. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you on Monday.
So just the sanity check.